Welcome to Collateral. Today's story is about an American soldier killed by American soldiers in Afghanistan. But first, from the Department of Bad Taste, former Congressman Tom DeLay recently gave a speech on abortion to a gathering of college Republicans in Washington, D.C. He said, quote, "If we had those 40 million children that were killed over the last 30 years, we wouldn't need the illegal immigrants to fill the jobs that they are doing today." 16-year-old Michael Bell of the genus 6 had his sentencing date changed to September 20th from the originally scheduled July 31st. We'll keep you updated on any new developments in the case. The National Institute of Livestock and Grassland Science in Tsukuba, Japan, recently looked at the amount of greenhouse gases released in the raising of cattle. They learned that producing about 2 pounds of beef results in the same amount of CO2 emission as driving a mid-sized car around for 3 hours, all the while leaving your lights on at home. That's something to think about the next time you're chomping on a hamburger.
My great-grandfather was at Pearl Harbor, and a lot of my family has given up, has gone and fought in wars, and I really haven't done a damn thing as far as laying myself on the line like that, and so I have a great deal of respect for those that have and what the flag stands for.
For more than 3 years now, the Pentagon has covered up the circumstances of the death of serviceman Pat Tillman in April 2004. Now, on July 13th of this year, our esteemed Commander-in-Chief announced that he would block the release of new documents related to the case. Despite this attempt, the Associated Press was able to obtain new documents which cast the Pentagon's cover-up in a new light. Among other things, the documents obtained by AP quote a medical examiner saying point blank that the physical evidence did not support the official story of a friendly fire accident. His suggestion that the Pentagon conduct a criminal investigation was ignored. Tillman had 3 bullet holes in his forehead. Doctors surmised that he likely had been shot from close range, perhaps as close as only 10 yards away. That doesn't sound like an accident. Tillman's parents were told lies from the moment that his death was first reported. First, the Army concocted an entirely false story of his death, complete with phony dialogue he supposedly spoke just before he was killed. Then, after those lies were exposed, the Pentagon conducted a series of investigations aimed at damage control. But now, the newly obtained documents show Army investigators congratulating themselves via email for shutting down a real investigation. And that brings us to the heart of the matter, the assumed legitimacy of allowing powerful institutions to investigate themselves. We know they lie routinely. We know they place their own agendas over full disclosure, yet we remain in denial about the effects of this. It's hard to avoid 2 conclusions. First, government institutions are less and less concerned with the common good. And second, institutional leaders are rarely held accountable for their abuses of power. Despite public anger, this system persists, in part because the corporate media offers a false catharsis for that anger. The media sensationalizes non-political crime, and we vent the brunt of our political frustration on those suspects, typically society's most vulnerable, and ironically, also society's most celebrated. Congressman Henry Waxman's Government Oversight Committee has scheduled a hearing on the Tillman matter for August 1st. We'll let you know if anything significant comes out of it.